What's up, y'all? How you guys doing? Come on in. Listen, we're going to wrap this up. I know I was 3 episodes behind. I didn't even realize that this week was the season finale for Life After Lockup, Love After Lockup, whichever one it is, child. And we'll be back in August. So let's get into it. I'm going to just go couple by couple and just talk about the last, couple of episodes. Because y'all know, for real. I mean, some of the couples aren't even on every episode. So let's get into it. I'm going to just go, like I said, I'm going to go couple by couple. I'm going to try to go with the least problematic to the most so we can get it all out. So I'm going to start with Savannah and Bradley. Savannah and Bradley didn't even make it to the finale. Okay. They broke up in episode 9. Okay. So Savannah, for those who need to refresh their memory, Savannah and Bradley, they're the ones that live in Richmond. That mama look like they live on a plantation, honey. And Savannah has issues, okay? And her and Bradley went to go see, because he wants to sue the jail system. Now, this is probably getting ready to be a very unpopular opinion of what I'm getting ready to say when I speak on this, because I may have a very archaic opinion about jail. But when I was listening to his complaints about what was happening in the jail and why he wanted to sue the jail, it sounded very much like, sir, you're not in camp, you're in jail. Like, I'm listening to him and I didn't hear, so you were in jail. Like, it was like they were really mean to me. They were very disrespectful to us. The food is not good. Yeah, he said they searched him. They did too many searches. Sir, hey. You were not in summer camp. So you committed a crime that the Commonwealth of Virginia felt that they felt like you got convicted. That's all I'm gonna say. So I can say you committed a crime because the Commonwealth of Virginia convicted you on whatever evidence they had. So I feel like that lawyer, in a nice way, was saying the same thing to him. And somehow or another, it shifted to their relationship because Savannah was sitting there with an attitude the whole time. Because remember, Savannah tried to say that Brad had stole her car when he didn't steal your car, girl. But I mean, I guess he did, but he didn't. I mean, you pissed him off. He got in the car and drove off. I mean, technically he stole the car, but did he really steal the car? Like, neither here nor there. She starts basically giving them counseling on their relationship, which she actually gave some really good advice, I felt like, but it was just what Savannah didn't want to hear. And she was, basically saying, listen, you got to give yourself time to adjust. He's got a lot going on. He's just getting out of jail. He's got to adjust. He's got to look for a job. He's got to do all of these things. And so they're riding back. And Savannah was like, so, I mean, who is she to be trying to tell me that, I thought she was a lawyer. Is she a lawyer or a counselor? And she felt some kind of way about the whole situation. So they get back to the house and basically, Bradley was driving. Bradley was like, yeah, I'm done with this, baby. Bradley drove himself to his daddy's house. He said, she was like, whoa, what's this? He said, I'm staying here. Bradley said, I don't have time for this. I'm going to my daddy's house. Because you're a different kind of crazy, and I can't. I don't have it in me to deal with this level of crazy. So he drove himself to his daddy's house. And let me give you kudos, sir. Let me give you kudos for understanding that was not a healthy space for you to be in. So then we see Savannah at the park walking the dogs with Bradley's sister. Yes, the same sister that you claim you friends with, you not friends with, y'all get along, y'all don't get along. You're now taking advice from her as to what you should do in your relationship with Bradley. Now, by your own admission, you said you and Bradley y'all still talk from time to time. He's staying at his dad's house. Y'all are not together, but y'all are not 100% over. Y'all are in that weird space. But again, he's still trying to figure it out, right? The sister then told Savannah, you need to roll up on him at work. If it was me, I would go down to his job because he can't just be having me in limbo like this. He can't be having me in limbo like this. And at first, Savannah was like, girl, I'm not doing that. At first, Savannah was like, nah, man, I can't do that. I'm not doing that. But I guess by the end of the conversation, baby, the sister that hyped Savannah up, Savannah draw down to this boy's job. Now listen. Production. Alyssa, that's her name. Okay. Production gonna ask Alyssa after Savannah pull off. Production gonna say, so why are you why are you trying to get them back together? Like, why are you helping her get back with Bradley? Like, I thought you were against this relationship, baby. Alyssa said, oh, I'm not trying to get them back together. I said, so she set you up, Savannah. She knew. She knew telling you to drive down to that man's job was a bad idea. She knew that it was a bad idea. She set your ass up, Savannah. So Savannah drives down to the boy's job, and he is literally like, girl, what you doing here? Like, you can't just show up to my job. Like, why are you here? Like, what are you, like, you can see his face was so, he was really like, what are you doing here? And this is how you know, like, y'all know how Love After Lockup is. The scene started at dusk. By the time they got done, it was dark. Like, the light was out. The sun was out when this scene started. By the time Bradley went over there to talk to Savannah, baby, it was dark. And he was like, what are you doing here? Like, what is going on? And she's in this whole, you got to let me know what's going on. You can't keep me in limbo. You can't keep me holding. And she still got the damn dog in the car. Remember, she went to the park to go walk the dog. The dog is still in the car. It's time to take that dog for a walk again. Girl, right, the doggy misses you. So, baby, then she decides, I don't want to have this conversation with you on camera. So Bradley takes off his his mic pack and everything. He tells production, look, she doesn't want to continue this conversation while we're, on camera. So I'm going to go back to her house, find out what she's talking about, and then I'm going to let you know what she said. So basically, she decided she did not want to film anymore, and she was done with it. So they broke up, child. And Bradley was like, that was a wrap for him. I don't think it was because she didn't want to film. I think he was just like, she crazy. And he just realized that, listen, this is just not a healthy situation for me. This isn't the answer. So I already gave y'all the spoiler that they're not together anymore. Bradley has a whole new girlfriend. They done made it Facebook official, And Savannah is basically out here smearing Bradley's name, telling everybody that the man is gay. Now listen, I already told y'all I don't like Mad Day. I don't like Mad Day. I don't know whether she really did because she claims she found stuff on his phone. I don't know whether she did or she didn't. But my problem is, if you found it on his phone, you didn't have a problem with it because you was begging to stay in this relationship. So don't come back now that you know these scenes are going to air, this show is airing, and you look crazy. Now all of a sudden he's gay. I don't know whether the man is or isn't. I'm not one of those people that feels like somebody being gay is a negative thing or a read. Like, I don't understand people who use it as like a a weapon against somebody. So if the man is gay, the man is gay. He wasn't with you at the time. Like, I'm one of those people that feel like whatever you do with whoever you do it with is your business. And if you want to identify as gay or bisexual or whatever, that's your business. But if you're not cheating on me with a man when me and you are together, then that's the only time it's my business. And I know I'm not. I know I'm unique in that way. I know everybody doesn't feel that way, and that's fine. But right, why is everybody gay on Mad Day? So now he gay. So anyway, child, that is Savannah and Bradley. Now, I wonder if Bradley is going to be on this new season with his new girlfriend, but we'll see. So then let's get to, child, the rest of these couples is problematic. I don't even know where to go next. Let me go to Brian and Brooklyn. Ain't that her name, Brooklyn? Let's do Brian and Brooklyn because they're not really that problematic. And I'm going to be honest with you. Although I think Brooklyn crazy as hell, I think she on 20. I kind of by the end of the finale, I kind of was okay. I was kind of rooting for them. So it's the kind of part. So we see Brooklyn and Brian. Brian is going out with his friends, with a friend of his to go get some clothes. He needs some clothes. You know, he got to find a job, but he's on house arrest. He has to be home by 3:00. Brooke goes out there to talk to the friend. She introduces herself. Hey, I'm Brooke. I'm his girlfriend. You know, y'all need to be back here by 3:00. Now, here's what I'm going to say. Brooke was not wrong in letting the friend know the urgency in which he need to bring his ass back here by 3:00. He's on the ankle monitor. If he's here at 3:01, he could be violated. It's important that he gets here. Because I done already told y'all that I think Brian has special paperwork in school and rode the yellow bus. I done told y'all that. And I don't know Brian. And Brian, if you ever see this, I apologize. That's my feeling. So I understand why Brooke went out there and gave specific instructions. The problem with you, Brooke, is you are always on 20. You could have went out there and had that same conversation on 5. But you went out there and you was on 20, right? Brian has no sense of urgency because they went shopping. And of course, she's calling him, which was extra. Like, Brooklyn, go sit down somewhere. Brooke, go sit down. You don't need to be calling this boy like that. Let him go out and have himself a good time. Spend time with his friends. Like, leave it alone. But she's blowing his phone up. She's texting him. She's calling him. The closer it's getting to 3:00, the more she's bothering him. That's not doing anything but pissing him off and probably embarrassing him in front of his friend. And now his friend is like, man, she ain't going to control you. I'm going to show you a good time. I'm going to take you down here to the strip club, man. We're going to go to the strip club. Now, again, I know I might be a different kind of person. I don't really give a damn about my man going to the strip club. I really don't. That has never been an issue for me. Now, don't go down there spending bill money. You know, don't go down there spending the bill money. But I don't care about you going to the strip club. Go. Have a good time. What I do care about you doing is going to the strip club and it's 2:30 and your ass got to be home by 3:00. So when you saw that you only had 30 minutes, Brian, you should have been the one telling your friend, nah, bro, we're going to do this another day. Take me home. Now, I understand that there's a production level in this. We get it. I know. We know that production probably played a lot into this. And we know that the timing probably wasn't exactly what they told us the time was. I got it. But for the purposes of this conversation, let's just pretend like it is what it is. Okay? Let's pretend like it is what it is. So they go to the strip club and realize, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if they went in or not, but neither here nor there, they didn't stay there long. Next thing you know, we see the friend hauling ass, trying to get home, Brooke blowing the phone up, because she could see him on, she got his location on the phone, and she see that he ain't nowhere close to being home, and he's supposed to be home in like 15 minutes, but the GPS got them coming home, making it home in 26 minutes. And at the end of the day, I honestly feel like, yes, she was doing too much. She was being extra. She was here when she could have been here. But like she told him later on, like, listen, I love you. And I, after being here with the family and my daughter and everything, this life that we're trying to build together, I just can't imagine being without you at this point. And for something stupid like you can't get home by 3:00. Like, you can, you know what I'm saying, just something stupid that you can't get home by 3 o'clock. So they end up, of course, they end up getting home at 3:01, you know, and he's running in the house, his pants falling all off his ass and shit. And Brooke is yelling at the friend, talking about some, mind you, the friend then pulled up on her yard, which I understood her feeling some kind of way about that. Like, she was like, hello, he's on my grass. Like, what are you doing? But then, you know, they get into an argument. But again, they had a really good conversation. And I understand, like I said, I understand where Brooke was coming from. Here's my problem, though. And this is the same problem I'm going to have with Brooklyn, that I'm going to have with Brooke, that I'm going to have with Alexis. I do not understand. I do not understand this sense of urgency that these women have to have a baby with these inmates that just got out of jail before you even know if they're going to do right or not. I understand wanting them to do right. I understand that they probably told you they were going to do right. I understand you praying for them to do right. What I don't understand is you putting yourself in a permanent situation with these bozos before they prove to you that they're going to do right. So now she's crying because she hasn't gotten pregnant yet, even though they've been trying. And she even said, I'm scared that you're going to leave me for a woman who can have a baby because I know you want one. Ma'am, this boy is still on house arrest. He still has a monitor on his leg telling him when he can and can't come home. You literally just got done fussing with him because he couldn't figure out how to get home before 3 o'clock. And now you sitting here crying, oh, we're not getting pregnant yet. I know Lock Queen, and that's that. I'm going to get to that in a few minutes. When I get to Alexis and Julius, I'm going to get to that. But it's crazy to me. So I actually am rooting for Brooklyn and Brian. I need you to bring it down a little bit, though. I need you to. But I'm rooting for them. And I'm gonna be honest too. I think Brooklyn does a lot for the camera. So do I think she's like that all day, every day? Probably not. You know, I think she does a lot for the camera. I do. But I do like him. Now, is he gonna stay out of jail and is it gonna work out? Child, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know. Okay, here we go. Child, I don't even know where I want to go next. Who do I want to go to next? Let's do Kiana and what that boy name? The Quinelon. What's that boy name? The Quinamomo, whatever that man name is. I don't even remember. Y'all know who I'm talking about though. Down to the Texas. Kiana. Girl. Y'all, looking at her and Alexis, we're going to get to Alexis late. I think I'm going to do Alexis last. But looking at her and Alexis, it hurts my heart. It really hurts my heart. Because at least with Brooklyn, I feel like Brooklyn, she got some fight in her. You know what I mean? Like the whole wanting to have a baby thing made me feel a little some kind of way. But she got some fight in her. Kiana, I honestly feel like you really, truly don't feel like you can do no better. You have decided that this boy is Demondrick is your man, and that is it, and that is all. Ma'am, first of all, what we're not going to do is let production let us forget that this man got 6 kids. So even though we are focusing on this one baby mama who agreed to film, because that's all it was, the other baby mamas was like, I ain't trying to be on this show. I ain't doing all of that. But y'all find the one baby mama that's willing to film, and it just so happens to be the one that's got the problem that her and Kiana seem to have this beef or whatever. And She's stupid because in her mind, because that man come creeping at her house at night, late in the midnight hour, and give her a little something, and pays attention to the kids, that all of a sudden now you trying to hold on to your family and you want your family. No, you don't want your family. You want him. You want him. So Kiana and Deandre go out on a date. They go to a cake decorating class, which is a cute date. It's a real cute date. And is it me, or does it not feel like there's any chemistry with them? Like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Maybe it's the cameras, maybe it's me. I don't feel like there's any. I don't feel it with none of these couples. I honestly don't feel it with any of these couples. And maybe that's part of it. Like with some of these couples in past seasons, they might have had bullshit going on, but I felt like they really did at least like each other. I'm not even feeling it with these cousins. I said cousins, couples. Here watching, I don't know what's going on. Don't watch the show, but love you. Thank you, Uncle Jay. Thank you, boo. You know, so they supposed to be, you know, so anyway, they go on this cake. So now he got this little ring, and he was real cute. He put the ring on the cake, and then so she saw the ring, and then he said, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Now he never said, will you marry me? He never asked that woman to marry him. So he never really, I don't think he was ever, but he said they were engaged later on. So if you call it an engagement, I'm gonna call it an engagement. So now they engaged, right? So he says, I gotta go over and tell my baby mama that I'm engaged and I want to go see my baby. So he tells her, you know, he goes see the baby mama. Now he lied to Kiana while Kiana at work telling her friends about it. He go over there to go visit the baby mama, and she was like, "What you mean you engaged? I mean, I thought me and you we're going to get the family back together. I thought it was going to be me and you." And he was like, nah. And then clearly WeTV, y'all edited the shit out of their story, because we saw him go over there and see the baby mama and tell the baby mama that he wants to spend time with the kids, but he left without anything going down on, you know, he left. And then next thing you know, the next time we see them, we find out they're not together anymore, because she didn't put him out the house because she went through his phone and found out that he slept with the old girl. And then he admits it. Yeah, you know, he admits that he messed around with her. So he's staying between the baby mama house and his daddy house because Kiana ain't fucking with him no more. And they, of course, they have a fight, and she gives him the ring back. You know, they go through all of that. But right, Nubian, like, it was like, well, what the hell? Because what happened? Like, hello, like, what's going on here? So then next thing you know, we see her getting dressed, got her hair, makeup together. She said, I talk to him every day. And of course we fool around, and I don't know. I mean, I guess I just can't get rid of him. I guess I just can't get him out of my life. We see him playing with the kids over his daddy house with the baby mama. And we see him leave from the baby mama house on the phone talking about something. Yeah, I'm on my way. I'll be there in a minute. I'm thinking he on his way to go see her, but we don't see that. We see him park, but we don't never see her. I was like, what the fuck just happened? So was he going to go see a different girl and it wasn't Kiana? Like, I was so confused, right? But then they're gonna be on the new season, so maybe they're gonna fill in the gaps, because he say he's single, she say she's single. So I don't know what the hell going on with them, but they're definitely gonna be on the new season. I saw they played the preview for the next season, so we know that Kiana and Deandre go on the new season. JK and Brooke are on the new season. Julius and Alexis are on the new season, and Courtney and Will. I don't know about the rest of them, but I know they're on the new season. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to Michael and Joey, because Courtney, JK, and Julius, you know. Let me say something. And I know that some of y'all might not agree with what I'm getting ready to say. Michael did the most selfless thing that I think. I'm surprised. I don't even know how to finish my sentence. He did the most selfless thing that you can do for somebody, right? He let him go. He let him go. Michael had absolutely no intention of doing the right thing. Michael was treating his release from jail as a vacation from jail, not the other way around. He absolutely positively knew that he was going to go back to jail because he had no intention of doing the right thing. It was not in him. He knew it was only a matter of time, and he was going to do as much as he wanted to do and have as much fun as he was going to have and do the drugs and sleep with the men and live good. Whether it was going to be a week, 2 weeks, 3 months, or a year, he knew he wasn't going to do right by that man. And after he met his family and realized, wait a minute, not only I already know I'm going to fuck up, but I'm risking bringing him with me. And breaking up with Michael was the best. With Joey was the best thing Michael could have done. And I have to, even though I still think he a con man and he's still full of shit, because I saw it later on, because y'all know he back in jail, right, child? You know he was only, I think they said he was out, 3 weeks, 3 months, something like that. I think he was out for 3 months. So Joey's back in jail, okay? Michael, damn, I keep saying Joey. Michael is back in jail, okay? Now, Joey said that he did try to call Michael while he was out, like after they broke up. And he said, Michael act like I was bothering him. He act like I was annoying him. So this how I know that Joey is still on that bullshit. I keep saying Joey. You know what? Because Joey looks like a Michael to me and Michael looks like a Joey to me. And so that's why I keep getting them mixed up. But I still know that Michael on that bullshit because he said, I wish he would talk to me. He made it seem like Michael wouldn't talk to him instead of when Michael called you, you didn't want to talk to him, right? Joey, y'all know who I'm talking about. Damn it, Joey. Joey, I hope you see it now in retrospect. I hope you watch the season back. I hope that you understood that as much as it hurt, he really did do you a favor. Because I honestly think that sooner or later he would have hurt you, and maybe if he had kept you in his life, he would have taken you down with him. You know what I'm saying? What up, Don? Hey, boo. Hey, Don. I think y'all might get a double header tonight because, baby, when I tell you I don't know. I'm going to decide. Anyway, I feel like I want to talk about Remy and Papoose again, but anyway. At this point, I want them to take us out the group chat. But anyway, as an elder, I need to have a sit down with Joey. Well, reach out to him, chat. Reach out to him. He lives in Idaho. But he did say, what I do appreciate though is that he said that his headspace is good. He said, other than basically having his heart broken, he doesn't want to use. He's not thinking about using. So for that, I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear that. But honestly, y'all, I was really surprised. But yeah, it was. Yeah. All right, now let's get to these last 3 couples. I'm gonna go ahead and do Brooke and JK only because there's no surprise here with Brooke and JK. Can I say something that might be mean to some people? Maybe this is gonna be mean to some people. Not Remy and Papoose is love after lockup. You know what, Melly? You're right. Let me say something, y'all. How do they kiss that man? Now, JK he got his teeth fixed. He got new teeth. He got veneers. So his mouth look a whole lot better. But how was they kissing that man? Every time he was opening his mouth to talk, I was just like, but let's talk about it. So JK and Brooke, JK done slid out to go see his ex-girlfriend. And of course, Brooke has him on the low jack. She's at work with her mama. She's checking his location because he told her he was going out to look for a job. And she sees that he's at the girl's house. What's her name? It's all these A's. It's all these B's and A's. Brooks, Brittany, Brooklyn, and now it's Alexis. Anyway, her name starts with an A too, I think. And he smokes. Oh my gosh, yes. So they go out. So of course, and she's working with her mom. I don't know if they just work together at the same place, or does her mom own that place, or what? I don't know. So of course, she's calling him. He's not answering the phone. So she's leaving. She's like, Brooke, you at work. Like, where you going? She's driving off. She's like, man, I might have just lost my job because he's over at this girl's house, and I'm about to go over there and throw some hands and da-da-da-da-da-da. First of all, who you throwing the hands at? Because that girl didn't do nothing to you. That girl don't have no obligation to you, Brooke. If that man got in his Uber and took that Uber over to her house to go do whatever he went over there to go do, she doesn't owe you anything. See, it's women like that irritate me. So you gonna throw hands to who? The girl? Because she ain't do nothing to you. At least not in this instance. I don't know what y'all history is. Maybe y'all done did shit back in the day. But in this instance, that girl didn't do nothing to you. So then he gets there, and he honestly went there for closure. Like, he really, in my heart of hearts, I honestly believe he went there to understand why she cheated on him. Now, I ain't say that he deserves sympathy for that, because she cheated on you because your ass was in jail. And like she said to him, be honest, if the shoe was on the other foot, you wouldn't have been faithful to me. Yes, I would have. Yes, I would have. So here's the reason why I can't have no sympathy for you, JK, because the girl did cheat on you. But one, the girl was good to you. You, by your own admission, said that the girl sent you money, put money on your books. Number one. Number two, you, by your own admission, said that when your mother had her heart attack, she was at the hospital visiting your mother. She came over to the house when your mother got home from the hospital and cleaned the house and cooked for your mother. Baby, that's a keeper. Baby, that is a keeper. And for you to be mad because she slept with her, I think it was her ex-husband or somebody, because you was in jail. I need y'all to lower these expectations. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, your ass would have cheated on her. And you know how I know you would have cheated on her? Because no sooner did y'all break up, here come Brooke. You had Brooke on reserve. You had Brooke riding the bench, and you just called her up to get in the game. You put her in the starting lineup. That's how I know you would have cheated, because it didn't take you 5 minutes after you broke up with old girl. It didn't take you 5 minutes to put Brooke in as a starter. And now all of a sudden, Brooke is the woman you want to be with, and Brooke is the love of your life, and Brooke is this, and Brooke is that. Ma'am. I said, ma'am, I meant sir. Sir. Right, Chuck. Who else was on the bench? Because if Brooke was there, trust and believe it was 2 or 3 other people sitting next to her on the bench. And that's what old girl said. Old girl was like, wait a minute. Well, how you think it made me feel that no sooner than we broke up, here she come. So, JK, I do believe that girl broke your heart. I do believe that those tears were real. I do believe you really probably loved that girl. But what I also believe is your expectations of her were very unrealistic, especially considering the fact that she was there for you. Now, I'm going to tell you what I know and not what I heard. Had you been with Brooke when your mama had that heart attack, I promise you, Brooke wouldn't have went up to the hospital like that. I promise you, Brooke wouldn't have went over to your mama house and cleaned your mama house and cooked for your mama. I promise you that. Now, I could see if you had only been in jail for 6 months. Hell, maybe even a year. So you had been in jail like 6 years. How long was she supposed to not have sex? And wait for you. Yeah, I know these timelines don't be making sense either, but I'm going to let you have that WeTV. Because these timelines be off too, but I'm going to let you have that. I'm going to just let you have that. So, JK, I don't really have a lot to say. Even though, like I said, even though I think those tears were real, and I think that girl wanted to get back with you, and I really think you wanted to get back with her. But your ego, because you feel like she cheated on you, your little ego wouldn't let you do it. But you really wanted to get back with her too. Neither here nor there. Brooke crazy ass is blowing his phone up. I find it funny. And again, y'all, I know this is production. Before I even say what I'm getting ready to say, I know it is production. Okay. But I find it funny how these people act like they don't have a silent on their phone. I don't understand why y'all can't just put your phone on silent when these people blowing your damn phone up. Now, of course, I know production probably tells them to keep their phone on. I get it. But it's just funny to me how they really be acting like they so pissed off by this phone when there's a whole button you can push. Moving right along. So, right, Kenya? So, Brooke is calling him. She about to go to the house. He was like, I'm already gone. Meet me somewhere. So they meet up at a little restaurant. Brooke crying, and he's telling her, baby, you know I want to be with you. I just went there for closure. And again, is Brooke crazy as hell? Yes, she is. But Brooke was like, you didn't have to go over there for closure. Like, first of all, we talked about this, and I asked you not to go see her. And the fact that you lied to me and did it behind my back, you know that I asked you not to go see her, and you did it anyway. It doesn't matter what y'all did while y'all were there, because how am I supposed to know that you really only did what you said you did because you lied to me about even going over there? From that perspective, now, other than the fact that you had the location on his phone and he didn't know it, but from that perspective, I understood where Brooke was coming from. Oh, I didn't hear her say the N-word. When did she say that? I might have to go back and listen. I don't think, if she said it on camera, I don't think they would have kept it in. And I ain't heard nothing. I mean, when did she say that? Brooke knows she was a bench warmer. That's why she's so insecure. She's not going to admit that she knew she was a bench warmer, but she knew she was a bench warmer. That's why her ass is so insecure. Because how a man break up with his girlfriend in jail and get with you? You was a bench warmer. So anyway, so then they meet, like I said, they meet up at the restaurant. She crying, he all upset, and he trying to tell her that he love her and he want to, and she was like, but you broke my trust. Like you broke my trust. So they end up leaving and she takes him back home, but that's pretty much where that ends. And their story is going to be continued in the next season. But I already told y'all, spoiler alert, they done broke up and got back together. And allegedly Brooke had a whole baby. So we saw in the previews that she got them. At the end of the finale, we saw that she took a birth control. A pregnancy test. So I guess we're going to find out. They're going to confirm it that she had a baby child. All right. Next, we're going to get into Courtney and Will. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I thought Courtney and Will was going to be a whole dud. But, baby, they turned it up in the last 2 episodes. Courtney and Will turned it up in the last 2 episodes. So, baby, I'm gonna just jump to the good stuff. Y'all know they get married. They have sex. And then he got to take her back to the halfway house. So later on that night, he calls her and she sounds like she's drunk or high. Now, they let us hear the conversation and she did. Something was wrong with her. Now, maybe she was real sleepy and she was half asleep and that's why her work. But baby, she did sound like she was drunk or high. So I understand Will feeling like maybe she was drunk or maybe she was high. Okay. Because she absolutely sounded like it. So the next day he picks her up and he asked her about it. He said, what was going on with you last night? You sounded really weird. Like you, and she was like, what you mean? I was just tired. And he was like, oh, okay. He was like, are you sure that's all it is? She was like, why? He said, because you sounded like, maybe you were high. And of course she lost it. Now, I'm going to just go ahead and be honest with y'all. In my experience, with crackheads, usually when they get defensive like that, it's because they're guilty. So she immediately gets an attitude. She immediately in her feelings. And honestly, like I said, generally speaking, in my experience, when they get defensive like that, is because they are guilty. So she wants to fly helicopters, child. So he took her down to like an aviation place where she could do a simulator. And so she simulated flying a helicopter. That was a real cute date. And then he took her out to eat. He took her to like a sandwich shop. Now, she still got an attitude with him. She's still in her feelings and feels some kind of way about him asking her if she was high. And so now she's like, you don't trust me. And how can we have a marriage? How can we build on a marriage without trusting me and yada, yada, yada. Well, I don't know how far the halfway house was between where his hotel was and where she was staying. But I figured that he had to drive her home. I mean, he took her, and then of course on the way back, he was talking to production. He was, doing the whole thing where he was talking in the car. And then once he got back to the hotel, production had to take everything off so he could get up in the room. It might have been an hour. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how far her halfway house was from the hotel he was staying in. But even if the halfway house was only 30 minutes, by the time he drove back and, had to do all of the stuff he had to do, taking his mic pack off and all of that, it could have been an hour. Shit, it don't take long to get high, especially if you know who to call. You know what I mean? So I don't know. So, and the damn sure don't take that long to get drunk if she had something with her. I wouldn't be surprised if Will gave her alcohol. You know what I'm saying? But probably just didn't think she'd be dumb enough to get drunk on camera. Like, I don't know. So they go to this restaurant, and this is how I knew, oh, Will, you made a mistake, bruh. She's like, why are you taking me to a sandwich shop on our first date? Are you broke or something? Will was like, what are you talking about? He was like, I spent like $10,000 getting you out of jail. I done spent thousands of dollars this week between the hotel, between, us getting married, buying you clothes. He was going through all the money he spent on her. And she was like, so what? So what? I mean, are you broke? What do you mean? Are you broke? So now the cat comes out the bag. Will lets us know that Courtney, the whole time she was in jail, had sugar daddies that was sending her money. And he was like, I'm not even mad about her having the sugar daddies while she was in jail, because I told her to keep them because I wasn't going to send her that kind of money. So I was like, if you got somebody sending you thousands and thousands of dollars, baby, you better keep them and you better stack your money. And he said, I know for a fact that she's got at least $10,000 to $15,000 stacked up in the bank from where these men sent her money. So for her to be sitting here coming at me like I got to give her all this money, I'm looking at her like, you got money? Don't play with me. Then he said, but I know she was talking to her sugar daddies while we were in the car. So y'all know production rolled it back and showed her getting text messages and showed Will looking over her shoulder. So I said, oh, now it's coming out. Now we're getting the get down. Oh, you know what? I take that back. They said, hey, what's up, JB? What's up, boo? They said that it was only 30 minutes. Now, 30 minutes really ain't a long time. 30 minutes is a long time to get high, but anyway. So now all of a sudden, she got sugar daddies, and now you feeling some kind of way because she said she had cut all of the sugar daddies off once we once she got out of jail, but clearly she didn't, because she's still talking to some of them. She was talking to somebody, and she knew the person's name and everything. So she walks off like she gonna catch the bus, and they get to arguing. He told her, he was like, catch the bus then. Like, I know he wanted to, he was like, well, catch the bus then. And I feel like he wanted to add bitch at the end of it, right? So he ends up going and be like, no, come on, get in the car, let's talk. So they talk, whatever, and they sort of semi-make up. They go back to the hotel, they have sex, whatever. So the next day he's leaving, and she still sort of got an attitude, and he's like, well, you know, I don't want to leave like this, you know, because you know, I'm not gonna see you for a couple of weeks, and I want us to be in a good space or whatever. And she was like, well, you know, I was just really right. They got married, child. Now I don't know if that marriage is legal or not, because you know it's a TV show, but they supposed to be getting married. I mean, they supposedly had got married. So on their way to the airport, she gonna say to him, so you gonna leave me with a card or something? He said, well, yeah, I mean, I got a credit card I can leave you with, but don't put more than $1,000 a month on it. Baby, the way she looked at him when he said $1,000 a month, I said, oh yeah, this is a wrap. This is a wrap. Now, we found out at the end of the finale that Courtney ass done went back to jail. 3 months later, Courtney was in jail. I don't think anybody is surprised to find out that 3 months later, Courtney ass was in jail. 3 months later, Courtney was in jail. But they're going to be on the new season. So we'll find out what all went down, because they're going to be on the new season, child. All right. Did I see where his head was between her legs in the car? Ugh, no. Yuck. Ugh. All right. So Courtney got a lot of shit with her. Even though we knew it, like we knew Courtney was on that bullshit, but to see it, I said, oh, y'all been playing with us. Y'all been playing with us this whole time. He's not my cup of tea, Chuck. I don't find him attractive, but I don't find white men attractive at all. So, but he's definitely not my take of my cup of tea. Now, last but not least, let's get into this Julius and Alexis of it all. So, Alexis, baby, come here. Alexis, you were Julius's backup plan. You were not who he really wanted to be with. You were one of the women that he was playing with. I'm going to say something that y'all don't want to hear. When I say y'all, I don't mean the people here. I mean, in general, Ashley was who he wanted to be with. Until he realized that Ashley wasn't, the real Ashley wasn't the person in them pictures. When Ashley could not get approved, because remember, Ashley could not get approved as a place for him to go, nor could she get approved to actually come and visit him. Now, I saw her do an interview with Kibitz. I put it on my community wall a few weeks ago. She said that part of the reason why she couldn't go visit Julius in jail is because at the time she had a court case or something going on, and she couldn't get cleared to go see him. I honestly feel like, Alexis, girl, you were not his first choice. You were his backup. Remember, he said that he needed an address. You were the address. He probably can't live with his mother. Remember, his mother is an alcoholic. She couldn't even get approved to go visit him in jail. According to her, she said that because she had an expired license and she couldn't get in. I think she probably got some charges and he can't live at her house. I think Julius needed an address to get out. Alexis, girl, he does not like you. He don't like you. He don't love you. He don't want to be with you. He said what he needed to say to get what he wanted. Alexis was looking, she was looking bad. Like, girl, like I understand, but girl, can you she was looking bad. You're right. She was definitely looking bad. So what we saw was Julius left out the house. She tried to talk to him about getting a job, and he already told her he's not getting no job. So again, what he's telling you without telling you is that he has no intention of doing right. He said he want to be a rapper, and that's how he gonna make money. No, he doesn't. Listen, now I see that he dropping videos on TikTok and all of that, but sir, you just want fast money, and you think rap is a way to get fast money. That's it. That's it. So he left out the house after they had an argument about him getting a job, and he basically told her he wasn't gonna get one, that he wanted to be a rapper, and that he was on his way to the studio. Her friend come over, and she takes the pregnancy test, and she finds out she's pregnant. But she also got a tracker on his phone. She done put a air tag in her car, and he's not calling her back. So she gets her friend to take her to where her car is, because now she mad because he not calling her back. She done found out she pregnant, and now she want to go and see where he is. Yeah, that's him, Chuck. So of course they get down there, and there's some girls there. Now, WeTV, I need y'all to increase y'all budget. WeTV, I really need y'all to increase y'all budget, because, and I don't mean no disrespect to these women. I don't know these women. But if y'all gonna make me think that Julius was sneaking out on Alexis with these women, I need y'all to make it look like a little more believable. Now, y'all want me to believe that those two women was about to be in a music video? That's what I was supposed to believe. That those two women that was down to that parking lot talking to Julius was getting ready to be in a music video. Now, everybody has said that was a fake scene. The women have said that they were just there to get paid. Julius said that it was a fake scene. Alexis said it was a fake scene. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I believe it was a fake scene too, because none of them are good actors. None of them are good actors. So I believe that was all bullshit. However, the rest of it wasn't. He gets mad at her. He gets in his car. He pulls off. This is how I know it was a fake scene, because his ass came back. What you coming back for? Like, if you was really badass enough to get your ass in my car and pull off in my car, please explain to me why you brought your ass back. That's how I know that y'all was filming the scene, because production said, okay, drive around the block and come back. So he comes back. They get into an argument, and Alexis is like, give me my keys. Give me my keys. So then they end up pulling off. He stays in there, and he goes shopping with his boys, and then he goes to the studio. Alexis says he didn't come home that night. That's what I mean. They paid WeTV paid them girls, but they need to increase their budget. Let me say this. The way Julius shit would have been in trash bags outside, because he didn't come home that night, and he didn't return none of her phone calls. The way his shit would have been in trash bags out front when he got home. So he comes in the house, and his ass talking about something. It smelled good in here, because she didn't cook breakfast. He goes and fix him a plate. Like, he didn't just stay out all night and not call nobody. So she was like, I was calling you. Why you ain't call me back? Oh, I was over at whatever the dude's name was. He called one of his friends' name. She was like, so you couldn't call me because you was over his house? You couldn't call me? Right, Chuck. And the dollar store generic ones. Don't use your good bags, because you don't care if they break while he trying to carry them away. She says, so you couldn't call me because you were over old boy's house? He was like, I just needed to clear my head. I just needed to get away. And you couldn't tell me that? So she tells him she's pregnant. And of course, his response isn't what she wants it to be. Because he like, for real? Oh, wow. So she starts crying and she goes and hides in the closet. I don't know why she went and hid in the closet. Why you ain't going to the bathroom and close the door? Because again, we're filming a scene. They can't get in there if the door's closed because they ain't have a camera set up in the bathroom. They had a camera in the bedroom. They could follow you into the bedroom. So you go into the closet and you start crying. He comes in there. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. You know, it just caught me off guard, you know, but we good. We good. The fuck you mean we good? What you talking about? So then Alexis says to him, so, you know, so now that it's, you know, we got a baby on the way, I need you to go get that job so we can be ready for the baby and have some money and do some things we need to do for the baby. This motherfucker says to her, I'm not getting no job. Baby, he did not hesitate. What's up, Lexi Boo? I hope you made it home safely. Baby, he did not hesitate. He did not blink. There was no pause in his tone. He said, I'm not getting no job. So then he says, she said something about being broke or whatever. No, she said, I can't afford to take care of everybody or something along those lines. Ooh, what she say that for? Baby, what she say that for? You don't take care of me? What you mean? You don't take care of me, sir? Excuse me. Julius, you are literally sitting in her apartment eating the breakfast that she just cooked. And you with a straight face is saying, you don't take care of me. She was like, what you mean? You in my apartment. What you mean? I held you down when you was in jail. You know how much money I spent on you. Da, 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 da. He was like, that's why you're with me. You're here now. Because you did all of that. That's why you're blessed with me. Somehow he said you're blessed with me now. Like you won a prize or something. So they get to arguing, and he is so arrogant. He is like, you ain't do nothing for me. So what? So what? You bought me some shoes. So what? You bought me some clothes. So what? You put money on my books. You don't take care of me. You don't take care of me. I'm like, sir, you literally just went down the whole checklist of things people do to take care of you. Clothes, food, shelter. So then he starts packing and he leaves. He leaves out. She was like, you leaving? He was like, yeah. She was like, you coming back? He was like, nah. Mind you, this woman just told you she was pregnant. Now, Alexis, your dumb ass is sitting in your confessional talking about, we talked about this and this is what we wanted. And both of us come from single family homes and neither one of us wanted to be back in this situation with a single family. And so we going to raise our kid. I don't understand why you done messed around and got pregnant. This man ain't been out of jail a good month. And now you done messed around and got pregnant. What do you expect from him? He said what you wanted to hear, to do all the things that you just said that you was doing. This girl says she working 2 jobs and in school, and she can't even afford to pay her tuition right now because she's too busy taking care of this Negro. See, I can't have no sympathy for that. Alexis, baby, I think, who was it that said it earlier? I need her to, JB said it. I need her to find her dignity. Baby, I need you to find your dignity, your self-esteem, self-love, all of the above. Because this week, because obviously they got back together because we know they were back together. This week, she goes live on TikTok to show, or Instagram, one of them, to show him packing up and him leaving the apartment. Now, people was trying to make it seem like she was kicking him out. However, And I have to give a shout out to Auntie's advice. Because when Auntie was reviewing the video, Auntie said, wait a minute. It don't sound like she kicking him out. It sounds like he leaving. Because if you look at the first part of the video, he's putting his shit in trash bags. And she's like, yeah, get out. Yeah, get out. Leave. I'm tired of this. I'm sick of this. You talking to other women. You doing this. You doing that. I'm sick of this. And he like, whatever, man. Whatever. You doing too much. Whatever. But then the longer she's talking, she's like, see, y'all see him? He leaving us. He's leaving his family. He's abandoning his family. So that don't sound like you put him out. That sound like he was leaving. I feel like he came home and started packing up his shit. And maybe you went live and you was mad. Because let's be clear, he been talking to women. That didn't just start. Now, what happened that particular night that made you decide to change up? I don't know. But he didn't just start talking to women. But when you said he's leaving his family, he's abandoning his family, baby, that sound like he was leaving. You wasn't putting him out. Now, that happened this week. Who picks up a camera to film somebody when they're leaving? And that's why, and I'm going to tell you what I said. When I was in Auntie's chat the other day, I said, are they filming? Because this sounds like some shit she doing for the show. Because I don't believe you, Alexis. Girl, you looked like you was going through it in that if you look at Alexis, when she picked him up, them first 2 episodes, when she picked him up from jail and life was all good, and you look at these last 2 episodes, baby, Alexis, baby, you look bad. You look like life was beating you down. And I don't think he was physically doing nothing. I'm talking about you look like life was beating you down. You looked bad, girl. Looked like you had bags under your eyes, your skin. And I understand you didn't have on makeup, but your skin didn't look healthy. You looked bad. You look bad. I want you to get it together. Is she ebony or ivory? This is a black couple. Julius is mixed, but she's black. So y'all, that is the season finale. But they do film, so we're going to find out how they got back together and the whole pregnancy, baby shower, and all of that. So I guess I'll see y'all back here in August. Now, I did want to talk about Papoose and Remy Ma, but it's 9 o'clock. I don't know if I have it in me tonight to start that conversation. But let me just say this to the few of y'all that's in here right now. We're going to have the bigger conversation. I told you we would do it on Monday. So maybe I'll just wait till Monday and I'll do it on Monday. But can I tell y'all something? I'm so irritated right now with my people. Let me just say this, right? Let me just say this. And this maybe I'm a little biased. Let me say this. Maybe I'm a little biased because I believe Remy. I'm gonna just tell y'all. So I guess for the people who believe Papoose, we're gonna already have a difference of opinion. But I believe Remy. And I'm just so, I guess I'm so disillusioned by so many women that believe Papoose over Remy, but have so much vitriol about it. Like, it's okay to say, listen, I believe Papoose. I don't think that Papoose is lying. That's fine. I don't care about that part. It's the vitriol in some of these comments that these people, I mean, they're calling this woman all sorts of hoes, all sorts of this, all sorts of that. And I'm thinking to myself, because I guess I'm going to just say this. Remy dropped some receipts yesterday that showed text messages in her phone right after, in some text messages with Papoose and his baby mama and Papoose and another woman after she got out of jail, that to show that he had been cheating on her while she was in jail to prove her point, right? In my opinion, the receipts that Remy Ma has dropped confirm her story, whereas the receipts that Papoose dropped don't make sense to me. But we're going to talk about it. We'll have a bigger conversation because now both of them they're not really going live anymore. They're just dropping receipts. So we'll have the bigger conversation. If not tomorrow, we'll definitely do it on Monday when we do the open panel. But this is what was the last straw for me. The first thing for me that made me believe Remy over Papoose was when he confirmed that she was telling the truth about the gambling issue. Because again, when people deal with addiction, it changes a lot of things. And when she said that a lot of their problems was over money, that also confirms to me you have a gambling issue. Y'all issues had a lot to do with money. That makes sense to me, right? That makes sense to me. But they both stayed. So what's the point? What's the point of what? Yeah, at this point, they both getting on my nerves, but I'm talking about the vitriol of the women. And anyway, number two, the other reason why, because Papoose is paying attention to the wrong shit. For example, Remy said, yes, he loved bombed me. She admits that he bought her stuff. All she's saying is he bought her stuff with her money. She's like, yeah, he would buy me nice gifts, and then I get my credit card bill and I'm paying for it. That's what she said. So he posts pictures on his Instagram today of where he gave her gifts. She never said you didn't buy her shit. She said you bought her shit with her money. So you posting pictures proving that you bought her gifts is not addressing what she said. Y'all see what I'm saying? See, that's the kind of stuff I pay attention to. Show me the receipt of your credit card receipt and where you paid it. Because that's what she said. She never said you didn't buy her shit. Matter of fact, she said you bought her stuff all the time. She just said she paid for it. So anyway, it's neither here nor there. But we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Because I just don't. It's already 9:30, y'all. I don't even want to start it tonight. We'll be here till midnight, and I ain't got that in me. And again, people can choose to believe Papoose over Remy. That's not even my issue either, right? My issue is, like I said, it's the nastiness. Like some of these comments that people are leaving, like the way they're talking about Remy, I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? It just, because again, it just reminds me of the last 2 weeks, all the women that are coming after Cassie, all the women that came after Meg. Like it just, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Anyway, let me get off of here, y'all. So tomorrow we're going to do Never Ever Meets, since they didn't do an episode this week and we missed last week. So Shade in the City and myself, we're going to do Never Ever Meets, and Lord, we're going to do the last episode of Detroit. And then again, like I said, the Real Housewives of Atlanta tomorrow night around 9:30-ish. And then we'll do the open panel on Monday. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace.